everybody, it's Anna. Time for a new tarot story this week. So we start with the Tuesday card, and for that we have the Page of Swords reversed. So the page is the young energy in the court cards, the part of us that's sort of adventurous and free of baggage and just ready to explore what's possible. And swords are connected to the mind. So they're about ideas and beliefs, paradigms, as well as communication patterns. So when the card comes to us upright, it suggests that our mind is in a position that it's ready to learn something new. We're feeling open-minded and adventurous, and we're ready to be taught something. So we don't think we already have all the answers. We're ready to be taught. We're excited to be taught because we kind of want to be expanded. So the Page of Swords would suggest a mind that's feeling pretty confident, pretty safe, and pretty excited and optimistic for what is coming. The reversal might suggest the opposite, that our mind is feeling young and a little inexperienced, but fearful about what's coming, like feeling insecure. So when the mind is feeling insecure, well, the mind can feel this way for a lot of reasons, but one of them, it often happens when we're in the middle of some kind of expansion. And that's because when you're in expansion, the old rules begin to fall apart, and we don't know the new rules yet from the mind's perspective. So there is a time of feeling awkward and feeling uncomfortable. But this can be made worse if you're not just feeling uncomfortable, but you're actually feeling fearful. So when the mind is feeling anxious and worried, it's because it's perceiving danger in the transition. And so it's important to recognize that this is not the mind being obstinate. It's so easy to judge ourselves because our minds get stuck in an old pattern of being, and we get grumpy with ourselves instead of offering understanding. And so we make it worse, because if you're already feeling scared and someone's being mean to you, you don't feel more secure, you feel worse, right? So the key here is to not see the mind as your enemy. It's not being ornery because it's trying to fight with you. It's because it is scared and it needs to have its fears addressed. So one of the top things I do with my clients, one of my own personal top practices, and that I teach clients, is having conversations with your mind, which is basically saying, tell me what's going on. We need the mind to hear us, that we care about it, and we're here to help it, not to push it past where it's comfortable. So many times when you're a heart or body intuitive, when you're younger, our only path forward seems to be to set the mind apart or cast it aside and to throw yourself forward into that intuitive moment. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do. I'm just saying it's kind of violent, right? You're kind of neglecting your mind. You're setting it aside as though it's an enemy. But the key here is to realize your mind's not trying to be an enemy. It's trying to be helpful, but it needs support in getting past this transition. And its fears are valid for it, right? They're not unsolvable, but the mind can't solve them by itself. It needs the intervention of our own divine love. So that's the path here, is not to get mad at the page because he's scared, but to say, okay, let's figure out what you're scared of. Let's see how I can answer it. How can I clear any blocks out of your way so that you can feel kind of optimistic and excited about what's coming. So you might consider, where's your mind getting stuck if it is feeling insecure? Why is it feeling insecure? Not ignoring that. As though it's just a trouble you have to pay it, kind of set aside, or that it's a black hole. Like some of the fear is that if I let my mind talk, it'll get me stuck forever. It's not. If you just take the time to talk to it, your mind's willing to move forward. It just needs help. So consider that. I'll see you tomorrow for our next card. Bye.